I'm here to protest the atrocities committed on Palestine.
I would like an end to the war and the bloodshed.
I was really pleased to be able to introduce our friend Nadia. Her brother, who's from the States, is involved with a large NGO that supports development across Palestine, and he and some of his colleagues from that charity were visiting the West Bank, and I was keen to see whether there was opportunities for them to meet with Dr. Salima Nati from Shu'fat Refugee Camp, and they did do that. We were able to make that happen, so that was really wonderful, and we saw pictures of them together in East Jerusalem, and they were able to understand a bit more firsthand about the situation in the camp and some of the challenges and difficulties, and they're going to, I think, be able to see how they might be able to work together to provide support as in the future in the camp.
Hello everybody, thank you again for coming out today. At least we have sunshine and we're not freezing, so that's a positive. You probably realize that this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I can't help thinking that every single person in Gaza must be suffering from poor mental health because they're being bombed, they're being starved, they are having to move countless times from north to south, east to west, not being able to say goodbye to their family members when they're killed. It's just an appalling situation. There have also been at least 3,000 children in Gaza who have suffered an amputation of at least one limb because of the lack of medical care that is often done without anesthetic. So you can imagine how their mental health is going to be after an operation like that. Now, sadly, our friends in the Shu'fat Refugee Camp in Jerusalem have been in touch. On Thursday, the Israeli military stormed the 3 schools in the camp, the UNRWA schools, and they closed them down. So that means 600 children, some as young as 5, are now losing all access to education. They've almost finished the end of their school year, so they'll probably miss out on a whole school year. It was traumatizing for every single child. They had to leave their classrooms because the military had invaded. Some had to put their hands up as they were forced out of the school. So it's just appalling, and I think Gaynor might like to say a few more words about that.
Thanks, Nadia. Yeah, I just wanted to read out a message that's come from one of the teachers in the camp. So Hannah is one of the teachers that I've worked with over the years, back and forth there, and we've kept in touch, and she teaches English in the boys' school. So when this was happening on Thursday, I was in touch with her to say, are you in work today? And she got back to say, hi Gaynor, thank you for asking. Yes, we were there this morning in the school. Then when they came and ordered us to leave the building during an hour, we took our important stuff and we left with tears. So there's probably around 50 staff in that, with her and her colleagues, everybody who works across that school. So as Nadia says, that traumatizing situation for the children was dreadful. And then what happens to this whole staff team who are now left? And this is just an example of 2 schools in Shu'fat across the whole region. Every school, every refugee camp schools will have had the same thing happen that day. So I just wanted to pass on that first-hand information.
So we are sending messages to our friends in Palestine. I know a lot of you have signed these paintings that Susie did over the months, but if you haven't signed it yet, please come up and do so. It means so much to them to know that people in Orkney and around the world, because we have a lot of people joining us from all over, that people are thinking of them and supporting them and sending solidarity. So thank you once again for coming out today. We will be back again next week. Hopefully, people in Gaza will finally be allowed to get some food. It's been nearly 3 months that nothing has got in. So I can't even imagine the level of starvation and trauma that they're all undergoing now. So I can carry, oh, Brian has his zaytun produce again, olive oil and dates and soap and other products. Zaytun is a fair trade Palestinian enterprise, and it's supporting farmers in Palestine to be able to sell their goods, in Europe and in Britain. So please do help out and purchase some of their wonderful products. So thank you so much again. I can cover your posters back, and we will see you next week unless there's a permanent ceasefire. So thank you, everyone.